While arriving to park the car, Monica sees a waste picker in the spot and angrily starts honking the woman to get out, asking what she was doing, cursing the waste picker for being filthy and disgusting. The woman apologizes to the young woman, saying that she was just getting some papers, and is interrupted by Monica, who doesn't accept her apology, calling her a garbage collector, asking if she hadn't seen her go up with the car, and pours water on her, saying that she must be dirty and stinking. Monica tells her to pay attention next time. Monica again sees the waste picker in front of the door of her house and asks what she was doing, saying that she never wanted to see her there again in her life, and starts to push her to the side, ordering her to leave, and warns that if he saw her hanging around the house again, he would call the police. Inside the house, Monica greets her boyfriend Ji-Yu and asks if everything was okay and if his mother had arrived yet. Ji-Yu responds that she would be a little late. The young woman says that it's good, because she was late and thought she would arrive with his mother there and would like to make a good impression, and starts to say that her day had been stressful, and your boyfriend asks why. And Monica explains that she had been stressed on the street with a disgusting old woman, but it was alright and it didn't matter, and warns that she would change for her mother-in-law to see how beautiful she was. Ji-Yu opens the gate and greets Rosangela, her mother, and says I missed her, and takes her to the living room, saying to make yourself comfortable, and asks her to sit on the sofa that is cooler. As soon as they sit down, the son asks how things are going. They were. The mother responds saying that she was fine, working hard, because life as a waste picker is not easy, but that was it. Ji-Yu looks at her mother and says that he was very proud of her and offers her a coffee, and Rosangela accepts, saying that a coffee was always good, and asks her to wait for her to come back with her coffee. A few minutes later, he comes back and hands his mother the cup of coffee, and she thanks him, and Ji-Yu asks if the mother could take the watch she got from her girlfriend to fix at the watch shop she knew because she was very good. Rosangela agrees, and suddenly he notices that he had left a pan on and runs to turn it off. Monica leaves the room and calls her boyfriend, but is surprised when she finds the same woman from the street there and asks what Rosangela was doing inside her house and how she had gotten in, and without letting her answer, she starts calling her boyfriend, but for when he sees the watch he had given to Ji-Yu on the woman's wrist and calls her a thief, and as she stole the watch without waiting for Rosangela to answer, she calls Ji-Yu again and sends for the police and turns to the woman, offending her. Ji-Yu comes running and asks Monica what was going on. She points to Rosangela, saying that the woman had entered the house and stolen the watch she had given him days ago, and is not understanding how this filthy, disgusting woman could sit on their couch, asking her boyfriend again to call the police and for him to react, asking how his mother was going to get there and find this filthy woman in their house. Ji-Yu interrupts the continuation of Monica's insults by screaming, "Stop humiliating my mother." Monica points and asks if that filthy woman who was picking up trash on the street was her mother. Her angry boyfriend asks her to respect his mother, because Monica didn't know who has been cleaning their house, and the older woman insisted that Rosangela could be a waste picker, but she was proud and he was also proud of her, and what was the problem, given that this was a profession like any other, continuing to say that he had created an expectation and wanted to introduce him to her, and Monica comes and treats her mother like that, humiliating his mother? His girlfriend looks at him and says that he could only be joking with her, introduce her to a garbage collector, and say that he wouldn't want to have lunch with them. The son cuts off his girlfriend, saying that if she didn't want to eat it was her problem, because he would eat with his mother. Outside, Rosangela tries to start a conversation with her son's girlfriend, saying that due to the misunderstanding she hadn't even given time to introduce herself, saying that her name was Rosangela. Ignorantly, Monica says she wasn't interested in knowing, and if she thought just because Rosangela was her boyfriend's mother, she would treat her well, she was very wrong, because she wasn't obliged, because she was a filthy garbage collector and would infect everything there, and amends, saying that between Rosangela and her, Ji-Yu would choose to stay with her, because she was his wife and would do anything for him. G.U arrives and yells at his girlfriend, asking if she was still with that story and tells her to keep talking, because she wanted to hear, and Monica explains that G.U wasn't going to stop staying with her, to go be with his mother. Rosangela interrupts the discussion saying that she didn't want to disrupt her son's life and decides to leave, with her son's girlfriend agreeing. The son pulls the mother and says she won't leave, and Monica asks if he would really want to stay with that filthy instead of her, the girlfriend. G.U answers that he had no doubts, because a mother agent only has one and a woman like her the world was full, and even asks God to save him from finding a woman like her. G.U hugs his mother and says he wanted her to know that she was very important to him and that everything she had today helped him build, starting with the education she gave him. Making fun of the mother and son scene, Monica calls, mocking them and says she didn't want to be part of it, and says she's leaving and says goodbye saying never again, telling him to stay with the garbage collector, while G.U pushes her to her leave, Monica still offending Rosangela, leaving mother and son hugging.